there, and welcome to another live stream. My apologies for my regular viewers. I usually put out the notification a little bit sooner than 10 minutes before the live stream to let you know that there's a live stream. But if you watch my live stream from last night, my time, you would know that there's another one now, because here we are. I have been playing a bit with the recording levels, the conveying levels, the streaming levels, sound, noise, words. I really do need to get up earlier on a Friday morning and have that second coffee. Words. Yes, so please, if you are here in the chat, please let me know if the sound is coming across all okay. I have just put my wonderful voice down a little bit and the output of the music down a little bit as well. So if there's any response to that, I'll if no one joins me in the live stream, it's okay. I won't take it personally. But please comment in the clicky bits below, like, subscribe, ring the little cowbell for notifications for when I'm running late, and forget to put things up like notifications of my live stream coming up. At least you'll know I'm here now, and that's all that really matters. And I hope you're there now in this wonderful space-time continuum and are enjoying your day, night, evening, morning, whatever time of day it is for you in the world. I'm doing more stuff with things in this wonderful piece of music, and I've come at it with fresh ears this morning and realised that this will be the last time that I put you through the torture of this song. I'm kind of, I don't know what to do next. So I think I might definitely give this song a bit of a break after today, and I can hear a wonderful collective sigh out there going, oh, thank goodness for that. We're a bit over it too. And look, music gets a bit that way. I do like the song. I want to see it finish now. I've invested a bit of time into it. So I definitely will finish it in the coming weeks. As I said on my previous stream, I will not be recording vocals anytime soon. The weather here in Perth is getting a little bit cooler, and cold and flu season is just around the corner, and I've still got a bit of a throat from a few weeks ago, which is a little bit sad because I don't like having a croaky throat and not being able to sing, because that's one of my big passions. So look, if you're here in the live stream, please say g'day, and be nice to chat. Otherwise, enjoy. I'm just going to get on with stuff and do some more work in this. I unfortunately didn't have time to look at setting up a drum map, but I have found the button to press when you go onto drums in Cubase 2. There's a little clicky bit here that says no drum map, and when you click on that, you can create a drum map from instrument if it recognises it, I believe. I'm not too sure. I will find out. I'll let you know. And then drum map setup, and that comes up with this. And I looked at that and went, yeah, I got no clue. So I'll leave that for now, rather than put you through the torture of me being tortured in setting this up from scratch when I haven't got much of a clue. So I will put some time aside to watch yet more YouTube videos of people setting up drum maps. There's a really good one by, I have forgotten his name, from Chernobyl Studios. He's done one in Cubase, which is really good, but it's not addictive drums, and it's not putting the output to separate buses. It's just setting up the drum map. So then I did find another video on setting up the buses to different, setting up the drums to different buses, but it's using addictive drums, but it's not using a drum map, I think. So I think I will attempt to make a video on that one, because I think that'll be a good resource. as I said in my video last night, I think the reason why that's not done so much for Cubase is because if we add an instrument track here and we go to drums, Groove Agent is something that I think most Cubase users use. Again, language. Why did I stream at this time of day? But you can pick instruments here somehow. See, I haven't even mastered this yet. Oh, keyboard. There are. See, I don't even know how to load this. Oh, there we go. See. That looks very interesting. So if we loaded that, and then you've got all these drums, as in drum samples, and I think this is the way that a lot of Cubase users use drums in Cubase, which I think is fine, is great. I haven't really gotten into it because it uses samples and you've got a lot of flexibility, and I've seen some YouTube videos on this. And this is what's built in, and there's a lot. The drinking habits, that would be interesting. And that all sounds really good, and you can there's like several ways of programming drums in to Cubase, and Dom Sagalis has done a really good video on the different ways to program drums in a really, really easy way. I haven't mastered that either. So, you know, that's, and I'm not about reinventing the wheel. Go check his videos out. Dom Sagalis has some really, really good videos in that respect. So, look, Groove Agent, I think maybe one reason why you don't see a lot of people using addictive drums, but I do. For me personally, I really like the sound of the drums, the drum kits, and the beats, the MIDI that you can get from this kit. So I'm a bit of a fan, only because, you know, that's what I used when I used Cakewalk previously, and Mike from Creative Source, if you're a Cakewalk user, has got some amazing videos on how to use addictive drums too in Cakewalk, and I think he's also recently done some for the other door that he uses. I can't off the top of my head. But yeah, Mike's got two channels for two dedicated doors, which is great, and he gives a lot of time to let people know how to use these things, and that's how I got into it, was his wonderful tutorials on YouTube, which is great. What a great resource. Aren't we blessed and lucky? Yes, we are. So, where are we at for now? Well, we don't need that track at the moment, so we can get rid of that. I'm not going to play too much more with the drums. We did that a lot in the last stream. So what I'm going to do is I might turn this up a little bit, because I think this might be a little bit soft. And what I want to do is maybe work on the strings, perhaps. At the moment, we've only got the strings for the bridge, and I want to bring in the strings. Oh, the other thing is I want to use, at the moment, I've got Alicia Keys there for the piano. But what I want to do is make a better piano part. And that will take a while, but we're here for a couple of hours. If you wish to stick with me, see what happens. What could possibly possibly go wrong? So much. Let's take a listen just to this bridge bit and see if we can come up with something for the strings, at least to write the MIDI, and then we can always transfer that to other string instruments. At the moment, I've got the really good palette strings, primary colours, which is a wonderful sounding instrument. And it's all of these string instruments all in one block of the keyboard, so you can play them all at once and play them, what's it called, polyphonically, I believe, which means many keys at the same time. They sound really, really nice, but it's these are I got this on sale very cheap compared to full price. I think at the Black Friday sales, and look, they're really good on their own. Use them in any song, especially if you're using with other instruments where they're not going to get hidden as such, but if they're not going to be the star attraction, then they're simple. They're simple samples, and you can play them and program them quite simply. And they're often, sort of advertised as here's your scratch track instrument. If you want to program something fairly quickly and easily, then you can use that. And I think for this purpose, it kind of is. And then I can copy and paste MIDI accordingly. At the moment, all I've got in here are the three chords, D major, E minor, and D major. So complex for the bridge. So this is what it sounds like in context. Let's ignore the drums for now. Actually, I might just mute that because that's going to become quite annoying quite quickly. Let's not go there. That still needs, I'll fix it later. I'm not putting you through that. I'll fix that later. All right. So let's glue that bit together. Then we've got it all in one bit. All right. So that's the palette strings there. Let's have a look as to what we've got. And I might actually, for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 bars, of course. I don't know why I needed to count that really. Usually it's in eights, isn't it? 8s, 4, 8, 16, usually, not always. So I should be mindful of that. What I'm going to do to make life a little bit easier, because it's morning here and my brain hurts at the best of times in the mornings, is copy and paste the melody so I know what notes to play with. Paste them in here, put them up an octave and mute them just as a reference. Because my musicianship, say that 10 times fast, my musicianship isn't that great. I'm not, my skill level needs to be improved somewhat. And that's what this year is all about for me. It is all about improving and learning and gaining skills. So I've given myself the entire year to learn Cubase, gain more knowledge in music theory, learn piano and get better at this. So at the beginning of next year, I can start writing commercial music. That's my goal. So long-term goals, but that's okay. 2, 4, 6, 8. So we're looking at this bit here. So I'm just going to copy that and go down to here and paste it in and then put it up a couple of octaves so it's just out of the way, and then mute it all. I'm still learning. I will get quicker and better at all of this, but we'll see how we go. Yay. All right. So let's see if we can write a violin piece with this. Let's see who I've got the strings on. Let's see what we can come up with. So let's just play this again to get an idea of what we're trying to achieve here. Right, I'm going to get rid of that cymbal crash as well because we're going to run into that a lot. And again, it's going to be annoying. There it is. Let you go. Oh, both of you it's time to go. So let's go back to here. So what I'm after, what's in my brain as far as what I'm thinking of like an echo, like a response to the music. I don't know if I'm describing it well. Probably not. So we're looking at, for example, so that is G sharp, isn't it? Is it? It's on. So that's a G, isn't it? No, that's. Where are we? That's an F sharp. So I'm thinking of that sort of thing. So I might be daring. I might be. You never know. So I'm going to play this in and see what I can come up with. Yeah, let's give it a shot. What could possibly go wrong? So let's look at that, shall we? So that's what I've got. That's what I'm thinking of. So that sort of thing. Now that I want to just look at lane 2 perhaps. Or can we? There's a button here to do stuff with things, I thought. I can't remember how to do it now. Clean up lanes, it's called. No? Okay, I got it wrong again. I often do. It's a habit of mine. There we go. Clean up lanes. No. One day I'm going to get better at this. So what I'm going to do is just merge it all together and remove. I want to clean up lanes. Ah, there we go. So that works for blank lanes. Is that what that does? Who knows? It's there. It's all in one track now. So let's listen to that. Let's put the velocity up a bit so we can hear it, because they're very quiet strings actually. They're lovely. They're a bit quiet. That's the wrong one. Yeah. I can't find this. There it is. There we go. Right. Oh, there is a way to do this. I can do that, and then I can just do. Okay, shift or something. Scale. Scale around absolute center. Press Alt to scale around relative center. Yeah, I got no clue. Again, I will learn how to use this one day. Okay, so that's the beginning of that bit. All right. So I don't know whether these are the right notes or not. All right, I think I stuffed up this middle bit here. It's not the best, I don't think. So I think that's kind of what I'm after, but I want more in here. So I've got to work out how I want it to. The funny thing is, I'm sure others come across this. I haven't learnt any of this in a formal educational type setting, and I wish I had done in my younger years. It's not quite how life worked out, which is often the case for most people. I'm guessing here, just doing what I think sounds right, and for the most part, I think they're the guidelines more than rules. So I'm not quite sure what I'm doing, but it sounds okay. It's fun and interesting. There we go. That's all that matters. Let's go back here and see what I can do. I think I might copy that up an octave too. Uh, take that, moved it, didn't it? Not what I wanted. Snap. On and off, J. There we go. I remember that from last week. See, it's all very important to continue to learn and remember things from time to time to increase your knowledge base. That's the plan. Okay, so if I copy those and I paste in place and then shift up, and that puts it up an octave. That sounds better because those strings are not that loud, which is surprising. Maybe I need to, well, I haven't done a mix either. I haven't done a proper mix, so let's bring the volume up of those, which is not the best of ways to do things, and they're already at 0, which is interesting. Oh, hang on. I played with gain last week, didn't I? No? Gain's at 0. Well, there you go. Let's just crank that up a bit. There we go. So if we can put that up to about 3.2, that should work. We can hear that a little bit better. That would be good. All right. Let's see now. So I want. It's considerably boring. Let's see. So our melody is. So we need to do something with that. I wonder if that'll work. So what have we got there? We've got oops, let's put the snap back on. So let's oops. Wrong note. Wrong note. Let's make this a little bit bigger. There we go. Now I probably won't get it wrong as much. I'll sit a bit closer. That might work. It'll be better too. So we've got da da. No. No, it's the D. D. Let's see if that works. What I want is, I think, and then I think we need triplets there. Maybe. Like a good triplet. Not the rhythm I wanted. Okay, that's not too bad. I think that kind of works. I think any more will be too much, perhaps. I think what I need is the same rhythm as that, but the different notes. And I will, when I do the final strings, I will do the better articulations. So there'll be some staccato strings or pizzicato or something like that. Probably, it might be staccato, I think. Staccato strings. So the attack is a lot punchier rather than legato strings. At the moment, it's just a legato patch all the way through. So it's not quite appropriate, but again, it's just a guide. This is not the final version. This is just so I can get something that resembles music, because that's kind of handy. For this to resemble music. That is the goal. Questioning my life choices right now. Anywho, let's get there. That kind of works a little bit better. So it's the same rhythm, but that note goes up. So if you compare it to the original melody, it's just a little bit of variation there. And I think we'll no. There we go. And I think we'll do the same with those too. With legato strings as well, you want to have some crossover so that legato carries through from the virtual instrument. That's how that's sort of the idea behind it. So when they're to the grid and when they're quantized like this, it's not the best. So you want a little bit of overlap. And with some string libraries, sometimes you want to actually do this where it actually starts just before the beat. And the reason for this is it's more natural. So if you actually watch either best is live, because that's the best experience of watching and listening to a live orchestra. It's magical. A violinist, if I can get my violin hands here, it's a very small violin. The conductor will raise their hands ready for the downbeat of the bar, and as they do that, the violinist will get ready to bow, and they will start bowing as the conductor's hands come down before the downbeat is at the bottom of where where the conductor's hand hits this invisible bar here, right? So as the hands coming down is when all of the musicians are preparing. So the upbeat before the bar is preparation. For a singer and a choir, it is taking the breath in, it is getting the bow ready, and you land your note on the downbeat for a violinist or string players, they often start playing just about here, right? So that is before, and if this is the line of the quantized bar, they actually start bowing just before, because the sound takes time to come out of the instrument. Similarly, especially for bassoonists and trombone and tuba players, etc., they have to account for that time for the air to actually go through the instrument before the sound comes out. So you're in fact always playing ahead of the bar, ahead of the measure. So in that respect, depending on your sampled library, you may need to, like in this case, bring it forward a little bit for this. Now, there are settings in a lot of DAWs. I believe Cubase is the same. I can't remember where it is. I will get it all. I need to make lots of notes. Find out where, because I know where it is. I've just forgotten. The joys of getting older. So I need to make some notes and just practice this more often. But there is a setting, and you can use it in most DAWs to actually have an offset of so many milliseconds of when to come in. So as a conductor is preparing the upbeat before, watch videos, etc., of conductors and live orchestras, especially on slow pieces, and how the strings react, and you'll understand what I mean by doing this as far as the string library is concerned, and having that overlap, because when you play legato, one sort of goes into one note sort of bleeds into another note, and that's what you want. You want it to sound very legato and lush, as if it's all one note just changing pitch very gently. So that's the reason why most people trying to recreate a bit of realism, and that's all it is in a DAW. It's trying to recreate a bit of realism. It doesn't sound exactly the same. It never will. But it'll sound similar as you can get it in a DAW. And that's what we're trying to do, is we're trying to basically trick everyone's brains to believe that it's real. Interesting, isn't it? Hello, Ashley HM. Boom. Welcome to the live stream. Glad you've made it, and glad you're saying hi. So hello and welcome. Yeah, look, I'm my apologies. I did put out the notification very late. But I thought, well, I'm here for a couple of hours, and I'm sure people won't mind my silliness in forgetting to put the thumbnail up and advertising, letting people know. But anyway, I'll get better at this YouTube thing as well one day. Who knows? That's what learning's all about, is stuffing up and learning from our mistakes. Anywho, let's get back to the strings, and as I say, I will tidy all this up when I use the other strings. I might bring those strings in a minute and show you what I'm thinking of using, because I'm thinking of making this track intimate, with the minimal use of instrumentation, and having like a chamber strings. I haven't got a chamber strings patch, I don't believe. I could have. I've got a lot of libraries, but I do have a solo bass, cello, viola, and violins. So I'm thinking of putting those in. We might have a listen. And actually, it might be good to compare what it sounds like with just a string sort of pad sort of library. So this is what I've got so far for this little bridge part. I want something else here. I don't know what. I don't know whether this works now or not. It does. Da 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 da. I want more in there. I think same rhythm there. No, change that. Move that over. So I want that, I think. Da da da. Like that, maybe. That's what I want. There we go. See, I knew what I wanted, but yeah, anyway. Actually, while we're there, I did, at the start of my stream, I adjusted my volume of my music output and my voice, because I did play back a little bit of my stream that I did last night, and my voice was grating a little bit. It was a bit too loud, so I have quietened things down a little bit, so I'm hoping it doesn't come across as so loud. It was a little bit much for people's ears, so just give me a thumbs up, or it sounds better, or it sounds worse, or what'd you say, I can't hear you. Any of the above would be appreciated in the comments, just to double check that I've got my levels, because I use our OBS for my streaming, and I just have lowered the output gain of the filters that I use for that, just to not be so harsh on the old ears. If you wouldn't mind, that would be greatly appreciated. Sounds okay? Thank you so much. And see, I filled that gap with lots of my talking, because I know there's a delay between you hearing my message, thinking about it, typing it in, and it getting into my screen, and then my brain, which is still a coffee or two behind. I really need to get up earlier for these streams. I slept in. Can you tell? A little bit. Dear, look, it's all fun and games. The whole purpose of this is just to hang out and just, say good day, and I'll make some music, maybe, if that's what it's called, while we're here. I'm liking this more now. I want something there. Coffee for the win. Absolutely love my coffee. I think I'll work on that video on the weekend. I some time ago I recorded what I think is funny. It might be a complete flop, but a bit of a video about tasting some of my favourite coffee. So nothing to do with music, other than I can't do anything in life, including making music, without my coffee. So coffee is vitally important to me. Let's see what we can do with this. No, I need to go back here to hear it. I want it to go up higher, but I'm not sure what. What note are we on here? We're on an A. Okay. What key are we in? That's really sad, isn't it? We're in D major. Okay, D major. What's D major got these days, as she surreptitiously looks over here at her circle of fifths? D major's got two sharps, F and C. Lovely. Oh dear, I can't remember these things anymore. I really can't. I pressed the wrong button, didn't I? Let's go back to here. One day I'll learn. Okay. So if we're in D major, F and C sharp, let's try and work something out here. So it's heading up into the chorus again. Just where's that bar? I want something. Yeah, Ashley, yeah, had a lot of coffee. Yeah, there were times when I had. I remember one job I had for many years, or well, it was only about 18 months or so, but it was a pretty stressful job in accounting. I wore beige. Yes, I used to be an accounting type bookkeeping person before computers. Yes, I'm that old. Um, and um, yeah, I was wondering why I wasn't sleeping so well at night. And then I actually counted because my office was right next to the kitchen. Just to get up and have a break, I would get up and make myself a coffee. And after I counted over 20 cups of coffee in a day, decided this was the last time I really needed to do this. So I have a very, very big mug, and I usually have 1 or 2 cups in the morning, and then we're done. So, and then I'll drink tea after that. So I do like a cup of tea. That was a weird accent. I shouldn't do that, should I? No, really, no. Okay. Look. Oh, yeah, waking up to coffee. I'm in the northern part of Perth, suburbs, and I do love. Someone is endeavouring to contact you telephonically. I will. Shall I tell them to fuck off? That wasn't meant. That's my phone. I should turn that off. Because I do have a bit of a rude message on there. Let's turn that off. My apologies for that. I do love coffee, and there's a place called Yahava, and that's part of my video that I'm in the middle of editing, which, again, I'm procrastinating. I'm really good at procrastinating. It's been sitting there for months now, so I will actually do it. It's with Carlos, not his real name, from Colombia, not where he's actually from, who helped me with the tasting of the coffee. And it's interesting video. I'll try and make it a little bit funny, but yeah, Yahava coffee, if you're ever interested, Ashley, is wonderful. So good. It's yeah, great place to get coffee, and they ship all around Australia too. It is a bit expensive, but if you're a coffee connoisseur, oh my goodness. They don't ship internationally. My apologies for that. One of those things, shipping does cost a fair bit of money because we are far, far away from everywhere else. Little old Australia. We're pretty big, but yeah, we're pretty far. Back to the music. I digress too much. I talk a lot. No need to comment about that one below. I know I talk a lot. And if you do hear another voice in the background, that is Mr. Keeonra. He's actually working right now. He works from home on the same day that I do stream from this. He works part-time from home and part-time in the office. So I have adjusted the level of my microphone enough that you can't hear what he's saying, but you might be able to hear a bit of a deeper voice in the background going, Keonra's voice is a little weird this morning. Or now, afternoon, evening, whenever the time is where you are, that whole space-time continuum thing. Again, I'm procrastinating about what to do with this bar of music. I've got no clue. Let's write notes in and see what we can do, because I want to go up. No, I want to go down. I want to step it down. So it's whoops, let's J for the grid. There we go. Look at me go learning and stuff. I think just that is enough. Can I hear that though? I want that back on, but I think I want this soloed so I can, there we go, that one. So I can hear it. Let's go back to the beginning of this bit. Yeah, that works. Let's see if we can just put harmonies in there for those and see if that works. What we want to do then is, and as I said before, we want to, I'll take the snap off and just overlap those a little bit. And copy that, paste it, and then what we're going to do is just use the arrow keys to put it up. And we want to make sure that they are okay. So they're thirds above, I believe. Something like that. A, B, C. Fourths above. Would that work? Not really. Let's. Fifths above would work better. No, not at all. Unless we just put it an octave above. Okay. I think I went too far. Oh, no, they're not selected. Okay, so that's an octave above, and I think that might be too high. I'm not sure. Sounds all right. It sounds okay. Okay. I've actually signed up for, and I haven't done it yet, is some music theory courses on harmony through ThinkSpace. Again, got them when they're on sale. They're really good, cheap, short courses. ThinkSpace Education, I think they're great. Guy Mitchell Moore runs them and does them. And if you've watched any of Guy Mitchell Moore's videos, he is a great communicator and educator, and his courses are absolutely jam-packed of stuff. Like, value for money is so good, I think, especially if you can get it on sale. Go to their website and just sign up for their newsletter, and they'll let you know when they're having the sale, which is several times during the year. And they've got a free one. There are a couple of free courses, a free songwriting course and a free music theory course, just little introduction courses to give you a bit of a taster and an idea of how to get into, of what the other courses might involve. And I've got Harmonies 1 and 2 that I've signed up for. I just haven't started them yet. This procrastination is getting to me. Stop it. I need to stop it. Stop this procrastination. And I will. Not right now, later. See how I did that? I'm really bad at that. I want to get some harmony in here, which is good because this would be the first violins. This might be violas or second violins. That might be good as viola. like the poor old altos in a choir. Not saying that all altos are old, but me personally, getting up there. I've sung alto in choirs forever, it feels sometimes. And yeah, we usually sing an A. And this note, it's an A. So it's quite appropriate. Don't usually get the melody line. The sopranos and tenors usually get that. And the poor old basses and altos, we usually get the A. So this is a D chord. So if we were to play a D major, so that's the scale of D major. So we want so chord in triads would be D, F sharp, A. So we want. So that's an A, that's an A, that's an A. So we've got a lot of A's there. A. So we need, there's a D there. That would be good as the cello, perhaps. We need F sharp. Maybe we can let's try and put this up to thirds. So if we copy and paste there, and so an A, B, C sharp there. F, G, A, so that needs to come down. That should work. That's better. That's what I tried to do before and it didn't work. So if we had first violin, second violin, that's not too bad. And chamber strings usually only has one viola. Take the top ones out. We can take this one out. Yeah, how about we do that? That sounds nice. All right. Okay. So we'd want probably, we have first violin, second violin, viola. Let's just mute those for now, and then we got the double bass on there. You don't usually have a bass in a string, chamber strings, but I think it'll be nice if, mainly because I'm not having the bass guitar through the bridge, just the string. So I think it might need that bottom end a bit. I said bottom. Rude. Bit rude. I said bottom. Let's listen to it all the way through and see if it works for that part. Sounds nice. All right. Let's listen to it in context now. Yeah, I'll pay that. Doesn't sound too shabby at all. I don't think it needs too much more. I just need to do what I did on that bar with the other bars. So, for those playing at home, need to basically do the same thing. Let's start off. Let's do this. Let's see how quick I can be. Ha ha ha. So, what's the... Again, this is the... Oh, that's right. It was just 2 chords, wasn't it? Let's go back to the chords. We are looking at D, E minor, and D. Shimples. Actually, while we're here, save. Save is my friend. Save. Excellent. Good work. Right. Always need to save. Just might have a drink of water. One moment. Okie dokie. So, we want something similar. So we've got octaves there, which is fine. Let's put them down. One is there. 2, 3. That works. That should work. Yeah, look, I love working with strings, and I don't know of an instance where strings doesn't work. It's interesting from my history of music, where I grew up in part visiting my grandfather, who always listened to, in Australia, ABC Classic FM was on the radio all the time, non-stop. If that wasn't on, it was a record of classical music. He was a singing teacher and piano teacher, organ teacher, played a huge range of instruments, had an amazing collection of instruments. Unfortunately, not around anymore. And I didn't have the opportunity to learn from him. which is a whole nother story. We won't go there. But I didn't like classical music because let's just say he wasn't a very welcoming person to children. And I was a little child and perhaps quite annoying in my younger years. And so I associated classical music from a psychological perspective to something I didn't like. And then when I continued my learning music, for the most part, you learn classical music. So I learnt to hate it even more. And as I've gotten older, to be part of one of the best choirs, attached to one of the best orchestras, certainly in Western Australia, we're right up there in the world. You do a lot of classical music, and that's often why I have big breaks from Wasso every now and again, because I can only do so much, but I keep coming back to it, and it just does sound amazing. So I find myself reaching for a string library in almost every piece of music I do. So maybe it was my grandfather's influence, whether I wanted to be influenced or not, it was always going to influence me in some way. So, yeah, I do. I love strings, and I love sitting. For anyone who's been at the Perth Concert Hall, the choir sits above the orchestra, and I pinch myself every time I'm there above the orchestra listening to them play. It's just magical, just magical. This doesn't compare, but it gets close. So that's what I'm trying to recreate. I'm thinking of taking the high strings out, and we'll make them thirds because it's just too distracting, I think. Thank you, Ashley. I appreciate that. Yeah, it's getting there. I want to get this part right because it is just strings for the bridge. It is just the kick drum and just strings. So this bit's fairly important to get this bit right. So that's why I'm sort of spending a bit of time on it. And I've noticed that these notes are similar to the others, but they just don't belong. So I'm going to put them down. So the natural ones are not there. And you know what? I'm just going to delete them and try that again. And bring them down. That's 1. That's 2. That's 3. And that didn't copy, did it? Okay. That's where they were. No, let's go back because I've lost where I'm up to. Okay, so that's... Right, edit. Right, so what I want to do is delete those. I got that bit right, but then I didn't copy these. Copy, paste. There we go. Ah, no. There we go. Now we're right. So that's a C sharp. So if we go a third down should be A. There we go. And then A a third down that should be F sharp. That is a D, which should be the A. So that needs to come down. And there is a way to do this in Cubase where you set the key and you can set it to only allow you to put in notes that are from that key, which is a great idea, except when you want incidental notes that are not in the key. So I don't tend to use it. I'm just going to increase my musicality skills and do the best. Straight notes are pretty boring there. Let's get some voicing. Let's. Because it is a D, so we don't really want a C sharp there, do we? So what we want to do is we want to get rid of that, make that longer. And again, I'll take and snap off just so it sounds a little bit more natural. So rather than have them as third, 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 third all the way down, we want to adjust what's called the voicing, which is an interesting concept. And one that I think instead of doing that, I'll just do that and get rid of that one. And that should sound better. Doesn't quite sound right because it's a D chord. So I've got the C sharp there and that's causing me a bit of dissonance. So I'm going to drag that up to the D and that should be better. So we've got the D, the A, the D there and the C sharp there. I'm not sure if that will work. But we've got the D there, so that might cause issues too. That might work better. So we wouldn't have that there. If you're thinking about an actual playing part, so this would be the second violin, first violin, first, second violin would play that and that. So I guess in writing MIDI for me, you can put these little blobs of things all over the place, but does it sound realistic? And when you're working with instrumentation, if you think you're writing it for real musicians, I think you've got a better mindset of trying to make it sound more realistic, if that's your goal. If you just want to put notes all over the place and get a sound, awesome. Nothing wrong with that. Music, creativity stuff with things, go to town. But my goal is to try and make it sound as realistic as possible. I'm going to put snap back on just because. First violin would play that and that and that and that. break. Where is that note? There needs to come up a bit, and that note there needs to come up a bit. So we'd have first viola and cello and double bass. And that's a D, and that's where we've got a bit of a problem, isn't it? Oh no, that's an F sharp. I thought it was a C sharp. Let's say that won't work. So just that. I think that note needs to come down. What do we got there? We got G. Let's step it down. It'd have to go there, and I'm not sure if that'll work. Let's just solo that again. And go back in here. Yeah, I think that works better. I think that does work better. Let's listen to it from here. And then just having those two notes there sounds nice. I don't think it needs any more because that's just vocals. There's no piano for that bit. And I might even take those out. I'm not sure yet. It's getting there. We need to reduce the voicing of these notes now because we've got first violins, second violins, viola, poor violas, cello, and double bass. And we've got a D chord, so we don't need F. Might have to bring something up. Hey. Got the double basses covered, so that's cool. Happy with that. But we've got an A here, C sharp, F sharp. Don't want an F sharp there. Oh, I love the cello. Just love a cello. And I've got a beautiful solo cello. I'll bring that up in a minute of the actual instruments I'm going to use. As I say, this is really good to sketch out. So in this format, so if you start with chords and then you can work out what your melody is. Again, I'm learning pianos. I'm not that good at, playing everything live, and I want to work this out. So this is just done and dusted, and then I can just copy and paste the MIDI to the individual instruments and get that workflow faster for next year. So we're in April, so third of the year is almost over already. Oh my goodness. Got 8 months to get my act together and stop this procrastinating, which I'll do later. We muted that one, and that is a D. And let's let's move that up an octave. Problem with doing that, do we want the F sharp up an octave? That might be better. And then that's viola, cello, double bass. And then I think these two need to be moved up. So we've got, so maybe a third underneath those. So where are we? Where? F sharp, E, D, that might work. And then we've just got like a pedal note for the viola, cello, double bass as the chords. Let's see if that bar works. Not really. That's the troublesome note. There we go. So that's a bit of an issue there. So there's some notes there that aren't playing well with others, and I can't work out what they are. I think it's that C sharp. Because what's a C sharp in the scale of D major? It is the seventh, and the seventh always causes a little bit of dissonance. So we don't want dissonance for that. C, music theory kind of helps a little bit when you're working out these sorts of things and can't play an instrument so terribly well. See, as a person that plays instruments, I'm a really good singer. With currently a blocked nose and my cold's coming back. I'm not winning. So usually I'm a good singer, but singing with a cold, bad. That needs to not be a C sharp. So let's, what's fifth is always good. So if we look at D, fifth is 1, 2, 3, 4. We're back to the A again. So the A might be the way to go. So we don't have that. There we go. We're a little bit better there. Let's listen to this bit again. That's coming along, but this bit, there's something not quite right. Again, it's that C sharp, isn't it? I think all of these need to be brought down to the A. Oh, it's that. Oh no, that's an F sharp. That's okay. I knew that. That's an A, and then that's a D. And then we've only got, we should have 5. So if we have first violin, second violin, viola, cello, bass. Because why not? Or as you say, Ashley, cello. Let's put that down an octave and see what cello sounds like. I think that's the way to go. I think it is. Now, have I got too many voices here? Voices as in parts. Voicing. So it's termed, apparently. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Someone's got to sit out. Thought that might be the case. 1, 2, 3. So you've only got 4 there. Let's... hang on. 1... What have I done here? I need to fix this up. I'm glad you like it, Ashley. Thank you for that. It's getting there. All right. For some reason, I've got this bar good. Yay, 2 bars I've done. Woohoo. Long and slow process, but once it's done, it's done. First violin. Okay, let's work out cello, viola. First, I need a note in here. So, yeah. First violin, second violin, no, first violin would play those, second violin would play that, first, thinking of violin playing that, is that possible to be played? They could play a lower note. Yeah, it's not too out of the realms of possibility. Hello, Jade. Big smiling face. How are you, my friend? I'm playing with strings. Who knew? Trying to get the voicing right so it sort of sounds realistic, but really it's not. And that's okay because we're putting this in a box. All the musicians in a computer box. And it's very uncomfortable in there. See, I need a second coffee in the morning, otherwise I just talk twaddle. All right. So if we have first violins to play that. Second violin, bit of a reach. Viola. Look, viola and altos always get the boring bits. I know, Jade. I'm sorry. Life is full of poo-poo right now. Life gets like that sometimes. I hope things turn around for you. I truly, honestly do. And I hope that watching me try and create what is loosely called music may put a bit of a smile on your face. If I can achieve that, my work here is done. But I probably have a better chance of doing that than creating something that actually resembles music. But anyway, let's Look, I'll play some violins. I'll just shut up because often I put 2 feet in my mouth when I talk and stuff. So let the music do the talking, and I do hope that life does get better. Yes, there are people in the world, and that makes the world both wonderful and awful. I'm not going to say any more on that because, yeah, too many people are very judgmental and non accepting, and that's something I disagree with personally. There's no need for it. We can live in a peaceful, harmonious world if people just chill and are nice and just like really take so much effort to be hateful. Just be. Just be. I think that would be a good title for a song. Let it be. Something in that for everyone. So take a deep breath. Focus on the music. Let music be your catharsis, as it often is for me. That music is my happy place. And to immerse myself in with strings and chords that I can't work out for the life of me what I'm going to do is very cathartic because it takes all my brain power and I can't think of anything else. Maybe it's a small brain syndrome, who knows? Yeah. Oh, look, I know. Yeah, the situation you're in, Jade, is just not the best. But yeah, great attitude to have is like make the most of it. Make some music, do it. If I think that's a great way of bouncing back, being resilient in the face of adversity. Something that's gotten me through some tough times, and everyone's got their own story. Not comparing anything I've experienced to your experience because I can never compare my experiences to anyone else's, and nor can I understand what anyone else has ever gone through. No one can. So I dislike it when people say, I understand. It's like, no, you don't. You never can. You never will be able to understand ever. You just can't. And so I can't understand what you or anyone else is going through. But yeah, just make music. Do what you can. That's it. So I'm going to try and work out how I can get a bass, a cello. See, it's 2 cellos. And I've got 2. Okay, first violin. Second violin would be unhappy playing down there. There'd be some unhappy second violinists. I need to get something. See, look, I'm thinking E minor chord is your A, C sharp, E, isn't it? So I'm thinking the A might have to go to there. Hey, would that work? We have a pedal, another pedal. I don't want to double. We can put that up an octave. Let's do that. Oh, that's there. That's silly, isn't it? I need to have... Okay. Need to put up 2 octaves then. Wonder if that'll work. Is it too much? Maybe. Oh, that's prettier, I think. Pretty. Let's work with that, I think. Why not? What could possibly go wrong? As long as ears don't... That's my goal in life, to create music where people's ears don't bleed. Sometimes it's a big ask, but we'll get there. All right. So I really need to do these harmony courses and learn how to write music better. Or at least practice my guitar more, where I just pick up the thing, play some, do the strummy bits with the things. Okay, really small guitar here. And play stuff, because I can't do that either. I'd have to dust off my guitar and get it out. And then look at it and then get a virtual instrument out, because I would make people's ears bleed. Okay, so we've got... I should stop talking. I want to get those other instruments out and show you in a minute, don't I? Yes, I will. So we've got a D and an A. So that's the first and second violin done. We've got a B there. Interesting. Oh, it's an E minor chord. Okay, so yeah, that can work. E, F, G. That's an important. That's the third. That'd be nice for the cello note. That's the third. How about we put that up for the violas? That's okay if it doubles there. That's nice for the cello. And get rid of that one. Mute for now, because I'm never too sure. I'm really bad at making decisions. Let's play those bars. This is writing string music in the slowest possible way forward. I think that should be the title of this video. Coming along. See, I'm okay with that. And have we got the right voicing? So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How did I get 6 again? Or is it me? I just can't count. 1, 2, 3, 4. I can't count. 5 there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 there. Move across to here. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 there. Yay. Look, thanks, Ashley. Look, catch up with it if you get the opportunity. Catch up for the last half hour or so of it, because I am about to get the actual string instruments out that I am going to use. And as I said before, this is just to map out the actual notes and MIDI and stuff. So thank you for joining. Appreciate that. Have a wonderful day. And go have another nice cup of coffee. I'll be doing that shortly, just to keep me awake and continue writing this music. Have a bit of a lunch break, I think. It's nearly lunchtime here in Perth. And I'll continue writing music because I want this done. I don't know if others get to a point where they're writing their songs and doing music, but it gets to a point like, I want this finished now. I've worked on it too long. I need a break. Maybe I'll work on something else. Yes, next week I'm going to be working on another cue for the QTube. They've put out a thing for the next couple of weeks to a bit of a challenge to write to their piece of film as their intro sort of YouTube film. So I'm going to give that a go. So that'll be next week, so you don't have to listen to this song again. Anyway, so thanks, Ashley. Have a great day. Yeah, awesome. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I think I've got this right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes. Nothing worse. It's similar to drums. I think you can't program drums to be like an octopus. You can't have 20 arms playing drums unless you say, I have 2 drummers. Then you've still only got 4 arms and a couple of feet. I mean, you can do it, but I think that note's too high. It's again, it's distracting. Or second violinist get a boring bit. That's okay. Look, sometimes it's just boring. I'm going to do that because that makes better sense. By George, I think she's got it. Awesome. I have. I'm happy with that. Finally, it's taken me, what, almost 2 hours to do 8 bars. But that's okay because that is all that's going to be there with, at the moment, the piano part. But that's going to be me singing, apparently, at some point. Oh, and the kick drum. Okay, so I'm all right with that. We need so much work on this, but that's okay. It comes together eventually. Eventually, she says. I've got contact 7 here, which doesn't work for me right now because, oh, hang on. Will it work? Can I get just files up? Hang on. What? No. Because that's the only thing with Contact 7 is it only shows you the libraries that works here. And I have lots of libraries, but it won't show me what I want it to show me, and I can't remember how to get it. I think I need to load Contact. The older version of Contact. I know that works. Remove. Okay. Search for it, it's just easier. Just good old contact. And we're going to have 5 of them for the 5 instruments. So the first one is going to be where are they? I'm going to do this over here because I don't want to show you all my file parts. You'll go, oh my goodness, she's got so many things there. It's ridiculous. I won't show you that. Have to find it. Here we go. Okay. Let's just load these up so you can actually hear them. And I might have to load up separate articulations at another time. Hopefully it will load up. It's thinking about it, I think. I hope. Why is it not it's not working? No. Okay. It's frozen. Apparently it got cold in here all of a sudden. Oh no. Cubase just froze. No, 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 I've lost it. When did I save it last? No. Can I save it? Not gonna save. So for those of you playing at home, this is why you save stuff. Hmm. Yeah. Aha. Patience, apparently. Patience is the way to go. Right. Well, I'm going to go here and I'm going to hit save before I lose it. Lose more than the music too. Right. So I don't know why this has come up like this. Interesting. Okay. So I am looking at my other screen here because I haven't used this before. So I'm thinking, bear with me. Legato. Oh, hello. Yes, I am the producer. Thank you for joining. Nice to see you. It's where you are late. My goodness me, bit of a night owl. Because I was about to say when we usually catch up, it's 12 hours difference, and I'm usually the one yawning. So hello and welcome. Yes, I'm playing with strings right now, and I'm getting all tangled up in playing with strings. Look, I haven't used these before. Let's just see if I can get a patch up. Oh, it does sound nice. Ooh. I don't know why my keyboard's not working with it though. I will have to play with this later. I can tell. What library is it today? Look, it's a multitude of libraries. At the moment, I have my strings in palette primary colours, which is polyphonic and works lovely. But I want to use 8DIO. I did get their solo strings, so I got solo bass, solo cello, solo viola, and solo violin, which I was going to double up to make like a little chamber string section, but I can't get it to work. So I will can that idea and just play this, and I'll play with it later, I think, because it's not working. I don't know why I can't get... because I had it on the wrong thing. There it is. So that's one of the patches. I'd have to play around with the patches, but let's copy this down to here, and then all I'm going to do is mute or delete, whichever works. What would be the rest and not the first and second violin? So that would be first there. So I'll just mute it for now. And that gets muted. First and second there. And then we can hear this, and then I'll mute the other ones. First, second there. And those two because they're cello. And that becomes first and second violin, and then we can go into here and mute the ones that I just left from the other one, which will be those. And that one. And all of those. What could possibly go wrong? Save, because this decided... oh, excuse me. This decided to not play for me earlier, but I don't believe I've got the right articulations. But let's listen to this and hear what it sounds like. I do love 8DIO. Their instruments are amazing. Their woodwinds are fantastic. In one of the instrumental cues I did a few weeks ago, I used their flute, and as a flautist, not a very good one, but as a flautist, it does sound very realistic. So that's the library I want to use. I'll have to use... I need to work out the staccato patches, and I might have to put them in as separate instruments, but at least you'll get a bit of an idea of what I'm getting at when I'm looking at the string part for the bridge. I'm happy with that. Yay. So, if I can get up here, I'm going to find solo viola. And I think hopefully this won't crash again, because this didn't like it before when I did this. Yeah, for some reason, it's not liking this. They are incredibly big patches, by the way, though. The viola sample library just for the one instrument, a solo viola, is 14 gig. So incredible amount of sampling has gone on for this instrument, which makes it sound amazing. But even my really new computer, relatively new, I got it coming up a year now. It's struggling. It's struggling with this patch. And I haven't got these libraries on an external drive either. It's an internal drive, because I ran out of room on my external drive, which is really sad. Yeah, it's huge, and it's just loading up now. Yeah, 14 gig for one patch is just nuts. I don't know why it's coming up like that. Okay. You need to go to individual patches. So there's shorts and longs. We're just going to stick with longs for now. There's dozens of articulations, and that's why they're so big. volume up a bit. Okay. So this is what it looks like. So there's a lot of patches in with this. This is the longs. So, you know, I've just picked a random patch, the Consordino. Again, musicality skills need to be improved. I can't remember what that is. My Italian, not so good. Getting there though. And let's just go with this and copy and paste MIDI, because I can do that. And see where we go from there. Let's see if I can find. We're just gonna do that and then go into this and find I was about to say the alto line. Well, yes, in essence, the alto line, but it is the viola, which will be the third voicing. So we get rid of the double bass and that should be right. I think. Yeah, I think that's right. Even I'm getting confused now. Let's play that. So what I want to do is, I know I'm going to be running a little bit later than usual for this stream, but I want to be able to show this to you because I think it's important to be able to compare libraries. And again, got these when these were on sale a few weeks ago. Instead of $200 each, I think they were either 25 or 30 or 50 or something US. So yeah, they're usually $200 or $300 each, and they're massive libraries for solo instruments, which is crazy. And I haven't even touched on them, as you can tell. There's so many articulations. So I've got here, what am I doing? That was the viola. This one we're going to go to deep solo cello. Instruments, individual patches. They've got shorts, longs, bowed. Let's try bowed and see if I can get a nice legato patch. No. Longs. Legato consort, maybe. Let's try that. And this is where my computer will hang for a little bit because it's so big. No, it'll work. Hey, straight away. Nice. Okay. So these are all contact instruments. You need the full version of contact for it. And again, I haven't. There we go. That's just beautiful. The sound of it just sounds really, really rich. It'd be interesting to compare that with the Spitfire Audio cello, actually. I have got that as a solo cello, so that would be interesting to compare. I'll have to do that another time. So we're looking at the cello line for this. Where's my cello line? Cello, cello, cello. I've all confused that. See, let's get rid of that one. No, that's okay. I think, yeah, no. I can work it out. I've got this. No, I will have to refer to the other one because I can't remember what I've gotten rid of now. Let's see. So I do need to copy this because it's that. So I'll get rid of that, copy that from there to there, and go into there. And we want, I will delete these and fix these up later, but that is the cello line, those notes there. Get rid of the double bass, get rid of that one, and that one, and that should leave us with a cello line. Let's solo that. So it sounds really nice in the context of the other ones, and then we've only got the double bass to do. So let's just do that and get it done. Again, we'll copy this. Don't end up needing that one. But I'll leave it there for now. I'll play with that later. This will be, I'm pretty sure I've got a double bass. There it is. Instruments, individual patches, longs. There we go. Okay. Alrighty. And I'll just mute these. So I find for me, working on music is all about understanding the chords and the voicings and trying to get the harmonies right and see what happens. So let's solo that. That's really rich. That's nice. You can hear the harmonics of the instrument of the recording, which is just really nice. So let's solo those strings. I don't know why I've still got that there, because that is the viola, which I really need to type in here. So this is violins 1 and 2. This is viola and cello and bass, which isn't a traditional string ensemble, but I'm not playing the bass guitar for this, for the bridge, so I need a bass in there. Even if the bass just plays those 3 notes, it's worth paying for a musician just for 6 bars, is it not? Really, we should value all musicians, no matter what instruments they play. That's on the composer. That'll be me. All right, so what's next? I want to compare that, because why not, with the palette strings that I was using before, which means that I need to undo the ones that I had before, and I can't remember which ones they were. So that's all just too hard right now, isn't it? Not really. Oh, I know, because this is the piano part, that bit. So let's put that up an octave and out of the way, and then we can unmute all of that, because that's the original string part. and then we can compare. There we go. I think we've got a little too many voicing there, but it'll give us an idea. So let's listen to the palette strings, and then we'll listen to the 8DI-O version. Don't know why that last note didn't work. That's okay. Now let's listen to 8DIO's version of the same, but it isn't polished yet because I haven't done all the articulations. Now, they aren't the final patches I'm going to use. Excuse me. They aren't the final patches I'm going to use. I'm going to make sure I get the correct articulations. And as I say, they're very, very large sample size. So we'll have to just wait and see. We'll just have to wait and see what I can work out with that. I need some staccatos and that sort of thing. But look, it's past my time for this stream. My apologies once again for not advertising it as quickly as I could have, because I simply forgot, and I finished last night's stream and went to bed because I was tired. And then about a couple of hours later, I remembered that I hadn't done this and thought I should do that, and was too tired to do anything. So I didn't. So I'm going to mute the palette strings because it's only for that bit, and I'm going to say goodbye and farewell, my friends, and thank you for joining me. Had Ashley, Jade, and the produce aisle here today with me. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. And on that happy note, until then and a bit more, I will play this and I'll see you next time. And hopefully next week I'll be working on another cue, and we might look at this another time, because my ears need a rest from this song, and hopefully I can get over this cold part 2, whatever this is, and be able to sing again and have some vocals in with this. I'm not going to sing. I sang last night. I probably shouldn't have, but I'm not going to sing today. My voice has just about had it. So I'm just going to play this, and I'll see you next time. Don't forget, clicky bits below, the like, subscribe, and all of that stuff. And yes, Lorraine and everyone else, keep stuff fun and interesting, and use music as your catharsis. I do. It's my happy place. Even though I get frustrated with string libraries occasionally, but that's okay. We work on it. We learn and get better, and hopefully get better from a cold that's getting worse by the minute apparently. So I'm going. So I'll turn me off, because that's something Mr. Keeonra likes to do, is just mute. He likes to do YouTube videos. He can mute me. Gives him great satisfaction. No, I'm kidding. It's just a joke. It's fine. All right. I'm going to play this. You can listen to it in its entirety of non-completeness of what I've done so far and see what happens. Take care, everyone. Bye for now.